σας. Λέγομαι Vladimir Radibratovic και αν βλέπω τον David Carson να ψιλοβαριέται επειδή δεν καταλαβαίνει, αποφάσισα να μιλήσω στα αγγλικά, αν δεν έχετε πρόβλημα. Γιατί έτσι κι αλλιώς τα ελληνικά μου είναι όπως είναι, τα αγγλικά είναι περίπου στο ίδιο επίπεδο, γι' αυτό from now on I'll be speaking it in English. Well, until now we heard many nice words for Angeliki, and she really did a great job getting all these people together and doing the book and everything. That's really great. Thank you, Angeliki, for calling me, but you did one mistake. You called me. I'm here by mistake. I will explain it to you why it is a mistake that I'm here. I mean, in this group of really good and interesting people. Well, I was born in Yugoslavia from a Serbian father and Croatian mother, and my father is a civil engineer, very good. He designed 44 bridges by his design. My mother was a professor in a school, and I was considered to be a very clever kid, you know. I was doing excellent in school. I finished, the school, and then I decided to study architecture. And everything was fine until some point when the mistakes started to happen. And one of the mistakes is that I got bored with architecture. I saw that the creative part of architecture is, let's say, 2 or 3% of the work of an architect, and the rest is a boring technical stuff. So I decided to study art, applied arts in Belgrade, and that was the first mistake. My father didn't speak to me for six months, you know, when he learned about that. And I studied art and I was doing good. And then another thing that you can say a mistake, not mine, but something else. The war started in Yugoslavia between Serbs and Croats, and I was living in Serbia, and I left Serbia to come to hide from the war. I came to Greece. I thought I was going to go back within 2 weeks. Who is crazy to make a war in the 20th century? Well, and I stayed in Greece for another 25 years. I lived in Athens, and I was doing really good. But that was another mistake. I was living in Athens. I didn't know that another kind of the thing that is happening now in Athens, this big crisis and everything. So finally, I moved back to my country, and 2.5 years ago, since then I live in Serbia, and I come and go to Athens for different jobs. Well. One more thing I want to say about the mistakes. If you ask my wife, she would say that I'm always looking for a way. I mean, she's complaining for me. I'm always looking for a way not to do things the right way, to do it the wrong way or the other way. And this is one of the mistakes in my head. I'm bored easily. If I do something, if I repeat something several times, I get bored and I want to do something else. Well, and this thing happens often with letters. I'm here to show. I'm going to teach a workshop this weekend about lettering, but I'm going to explain. I'm going to show I'm going to show the usual tools for watercolor, and I'm going to show some tools that are again, wrong tools. One of the wrong tools, I have it here. This is, how do you say it in English? Biberò. Yeah, baby bar. This is my older son's first, one of the first baby bottles. Baby bottle. Baby bottle, okay. And again, my wife complains because I stole it, I took it, and I use it as a tool for calligraphy. Well, so, as I said, this is one of my illustrations. When I was in the army, we had an army service that everybody had to go. I mean, I didn't choose to go to the army, but this is the illustration that I was explaining how I feel about the army and the system and the logic. This is my self-portrait, and the officer is screwing the helmet into my brain. I mean, I didn't like the system in the army. So, and this was politically very dangerous at that moment in Yugoslavia to do something like that. I mean, one of the TV in the news, one of the journalists came out and said, "I would like to know who did this." I mean, no, nothing happened to me. Nothing dangerous really happened. But this was one of the things that I did. I'll show you a few other illustration works of mine just to give you an idea what I do, and then I'll go to the letters. So, just, what did I do? Sorry. So, this is the illustration I made for one political magazine in Greece, and this is before Obama was called. And she says, where is Obama hiding? And this is, sorry? Oh, yeah. Sorry. See? Mistakes, again mistakes, by mistake.
Actually, that was not a mistake.
So this is Osama, and
Obama is hiding as well.
And he's hiding actually there. So this is James Bond portraits. I work in watercolors. Watercolor is a technique that is again a technique of lucky mistakes, because these you cannot control watercolor full. This is my phone. Sorry. Kill it. Where is it? So take it out. Sorry for the Sorry. So see, mistakes all the time. This is a portrait of this singer everybody knows probably. This is another portrait of James Bond. It doesn't. Why does it show? Sorry. Well, that's it. Stop showing illustrations. I'll go to letters. So this is the first thing I'm going to tell you. One of the projects I did with letters. Advertising agency Spot Thompson called me up and asked me, could you do? They had the airport, Athens airport. to do this art, and they asked me if I could do. They made proposals to the client using font, and I'll show you the fonts. These are the. This is the. Oh, sorry. This is the. This is the. They showed me. This is what they showed to the advertising agency. Showed to the client, and actually they showed all these fonts are mine. These are my fonts. But they used them without knowing that they are mine. They showed it to the client, and the client said he wanted to try something else, some really handwritten things. So and asked me if I could do it. So I said yes. Well, and I started. This is how I usually start working. I work. I without thinking a lot. I start writing what I have to write, and then after a while I scan the things and I try to compose it. So here is the first. Here are the first letterings that I showed to the advertising agency. These are all the tries I made showing it to them, and then because the title says the sweet experience of traveling, I decided to try making the letters with sugar, because it's the sweet experience. So I made these letters just to offer it to them as an idea. The client didn't like it, so I finally I tried showing them some other designs. Can you see that? See? Not really. Sorry. This time it's not my fault. But anyway. These are the letterings. Finally, they decided to use one of the letters, one of these titles, and they used it. This is the Athens airport. This is a photo for it. They used one of the things, but I didn't like it very much. I'm sure that most of the designers here have many portfolio pieces of the works that were not published that are better than the ones that they were published. I don't know if it happens to you. It happens a lot, I'm sure about it. These are so finally, because I didn't like it, I decided to make another one, which I believe was better. And this one, Angeliki used it last year as an exhibition piece here. After that, with the same advertising agency, I did several jobs for Athens Airport. This is the illustration I made. Some other lettering we did for the same client. These are completely different letters than the ones I showed. Again, I'm going to complain about the colors. They do not show really well. Here. These are the letters. And that's one other thing I did was I like to play with letters. As I showed you this baby bottle. At some point I was playing with my kids with Lego, and I had some project in mind. This was the idea: recreate myself. So I trained the muscles of my forehead, so I can do it if I get focused well. I can make letters with the wrinkles of my forehead. See, I'll show you. I made a small video. Come on, that's it. Just one of those free YouTube music. And you will see at the end of this you will see actually me making the wrinkles, wrinkle letters. It's too long. That's it. I made letters out of many different materials. One of these, I even learned how to fly an airplane to make this one. This is a shorter one. These letters are made of clouds, from the thing that comes out of an airplane. I cannot prove it, but this is really done. This is a recent job I made. One advertising agency they had to make a cream for the sensitive body parts. So they asked me to make lettering. It doesn't show. I mean, these are letters here, but they have a it's a shape of sorry, you understand the shape? Well, but I want to show you one more thing. This is the art, how it came out at the end. And I even, at that point, I shaved myself, but I also cut hair of my two boys. And I was cutting the hair of Boris, and I kept the hair that I took off his head, and I played and made some letters, which are actually in the final version you couldn't see it because you cannot see the details. They were used partly in this in the design, in the previous design. This is one of the letters I made, letter Q I made with this. So this. And I made letters out of. I had to use. They wanted letters made of butter. Oh, no, I lied. Letters made of milk. I tried making letters with milk. It didn't work really. So finally, I used glue. This is this was for Lurpak butter. And they have, the ad said Glurpak and Slurpak. So I have these letters made with glue. These are the pencil sketches afterwards, and at the end, there's this. This was a following from that one. Do you see the hidden face here? Here is a smiling hidden face. The brief said you shouldn't see it from the first glance. It should be seen from a second glance. And there's another one here. I don't know if you can see it. There's Santa Claus there, face of Santa Claus. And here is another face in red. These were all ads for butter. This is one of the final ones for butter. The design is not mine. I just made this photo illustration. No, I have a few other things to show, but I can finish. But I can understand that the thing is. Okay. Well, I'll show you a few illustrations, few newspaper illustrations that I made recently. One of the mistakes of watercolor, it doesn't show well in this on this projector. On this projector, it doesn't show well. It loses the details. But these were watercolor illustrations for this Antonis Georgiadis, very serious personality. This is Angela Merkel. This was for Status. I worked 15 years. I made illustrations for Status magazine. When Germany was blackmailing Greece, they told them Greece had to buy the airplanes in order to save the economy of Greece. This is Angela Merkel. She doesn't want to save Papandreou unless he buys a toy from her, unless he takes a toy from her. This is the crisis and the previous Prime Minister of Greece. This is the same Prime Minister choosing which one of the ministers he's going to take out of the fridge and to make him active again. This is I'm half Serbian, half Croatian. This is the best football player in the world. Considered to be the best football player in the world, Luka Modric. This is his portrait. Few other portraits I made with watercolor. No, you cannot see it. Please check it on the internet. If you find it interesting, I'm gonna finish my presentation here because I understand that the time is wrong and I'm here anyway by mistake. So that's okay.